Hello everyone, my name is Kajori Kudo and welcome back to Let's Play Path to Nowhere anniversary event Floral Unfurl, which is the continuation of the previous event Rainbows. So before I start, I'll recap a little bit, or maybe I'll just try to refresh my memory of what's going on the last event. Yeah, what happened? So I think Rahu was like injured to the point that Shalom using her power on Rahu, which is going to slowly take away Rahu's own will every time that Rahu use her power, to the point that she will obey. Eventually, she will obey all Shalom said, and then Shalom succeed to rule the leader of the garden, Coco, out from the hiding, which is, I think this is gonna be like the war is gonna start, man, between the garden versus this Paradisos, and I'm all the way team garden, as you may know. Also, this song about Coco is quite sick, I really like it. Like I was hoping that they will give us the trailer song for free, but I'm okay with this one too. It gives you, who's the voice? Is it Shalom? She's pretty creepy now. I look closer at her. Now she's shown her true face finally. No longer the fragile woman that we know of. Well, anyway, I talked too much already. So let's start. Flora Unfurl. Let's do this. It starts with
Let me see if you're still salvageable.
a funeral. FAC Memorial Cemetery, West District Combat Casualty Memorial Service.
Today, we gather here to honor our 1,423 warriors, friends, and fellow citizens. In the March catastrophe, they selflessly rushed to the West District, sacrificing their lives to combat the sudden outbreak of mania. Now that the disaster has been contained, the call to counterattack is ready to sound, and FAC can finally return them to their loved ones. Thank you for coming to bid our heroes their final farewell.
My child, did you come alone? Where is your family? I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry. It must be hard for you.
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of someone else. It's okay.
I just wonder, in this part of the story, maybe Christina gonna be the main character instead of Rahu.
I'll be strong. A memorial. It's enough that you go. Aren't you also their daughter? Even if you're adopted, they loved you more.
Ooh.
I won't go.
This era is riddled with scars. The nights are long, and the path is unclear. But there are always those who believe, who stand and fight for the city-state they deeply love, and sacrifice for the future they firmly believe in. They are the heroes who guard the light in darkness, the warriors who reclaim hope in despair. We will never forget. And for you, our heroes have returned.
What? Do you want to comfort me? Or is it you want my comfort? Just because my parents died, you think we're finally the same? That we can sympathize with each other.
This cemetery was built for you, and also for them. They hope you will come because they long to see their loved ones safe. Please visit them often. Seeing you safe and sound is the greatest meaning of every FAC battle.
Get lost. I'm not like you. I don't buy into FAC's crap. I don't recognize these kinds of heroes. They're dead. That's all there is to it. They left me behind. Made me an orphan too. What kind of heroes are they? Screw light and justice. Dying for these nonsensical ideas. You're all idiots, all of you.
Thank you for coming. May our city-state be free from suffering. May our fellow citizens be forever safe.
Honestly, I don't know what to say. Are we currently exploring Christina Pass or something? A soft blue rain falls. The FSC Memorial Service always has this atmosphere, both to purify the BR-002 contamination that has spread throughout the city and to mourn the fallen heroes. Christina leaves the cemetery, finds a secluded spot, puts away her umbrella and looks up at the sky. Blue rain hits her face, gathering in streaks, mixing with tears sliding down her cheeks, tracing the marks of mania stress. How she wishes this pain could bring her clarity.
Hold on to light. Believe in justice. I will. I'm strong.
Wait, kind of confused. So that voice is not Christina because the personality and the response kind of like two opposite personality. The ring of her phone suddenly interrupts. She absent-mindedly takes out her mobile, but as she recognizes the familiar melody, her dull eyes suddenly light up. She jumps in an instant.
Shalom, you're back.
Yo, so she's a fun girl.
Oh, you've been so busy. I thought... What? Those underground guys are causing trouble again? Another series of attacks by garden assassins? Ugh, despicable! They can't win on the battlefield, so they resort to dirty tricks behind our backs.
About that.
Huh? You want me to be a special investigator? Really?
Okay, so I think gonna be revolve around Christina then.
Yes, of course I'll do it. I will do my best to complete the mission that you gave me. I swear on the name of the great detective Christina, I will set off right now.
There's like a small future, great detective Christina. She hangs up the call and starts to dash. She leaps 3 feet high after taking a few steps.
Shalom is counting on me. For light and justice.
Same. On August 8, NF-113, FAC Commander-in-Chief leaves the West District Combat Frontline and returns to East Side, formally submitting the BR-002 Black Ring Blockade Operation authorization application to the City Council. The intention is to build a counter-mania shield around BR-002 to limit the spread of Black Ring contamination and completely stabilize the West District environment. The establishment of FAC is to protect this city. The West District is a part of this, and the people of the West District are these citizens who should be protected. They should not be abandoned. The operation has initially gained the support of Paradisos. The specific of funding, manpower, organizational authority, and other matters will be jointly evaluated by representatives including Nirvana, and the final review will be completed on August 15. Hey, I like the load. Is that the new loading screen? I just realized that. Oh, this is like, I don't know, it gives me like Metante Conan vibe.
I already know the other side's plan like the back of my hand.
Recently, several key figures in East Side have received anonymous threat letters, and attacks have been happening. The incidents occurred just as the situation in West District was getting under control, making the timing of these events quite intriguing. Although there have been no fatalities so far, inside sources reveal that this series of incidents are closely linked to the serial assassination incidents from 3 weeks ago. If the mastermind behind these incidents isn't caught soon, the number of cases of harm could escalate, having a detrimental impact on society.
It's already escalating.
Ooh. Eastside Central Park, Bloom Courtyard, sunken blossom crime scene.
These are sensitive times. If this scene gets captured by the press and gets out, not only will the public opinion explode, but it'll also cause panic among the people, and... Unlike the previous attacks, the scene has been meticulously arranged with no intent to hide the motive. This isn't a covert assassination, but an overtly flaunted ritual. What a show-off. You've caught my attention.
I don't think
According
they tried to
inside
hide it.
information, these series of incidents are the work of a sinner, and there's a high chance that the scene is contaminated with mania. Everyone, please step back.
Everyone is taken aback, and those near the scene have already retreated out of fear.
Although sinner incidents are under MBCC jurisdiction, they've been under a lot of pressure recently, and their chief is missing. Until he returns, I'll take over. I've studied their case files thoroughly.
She pulls at her gloves with a serious expression.
Detective Christina will definitely overcome the danger and bring the truth to light.
Oh, here we go. What are we doing? We are looking for evidence? What is this? Card from the creek. Oh, yo, look at the picture, mate. A card floating on the surface of the creek. That is the victim's staff card. It lists the victim name and job information. Upon closer inspection, the text has already been smudged by water. Christina opened her communication terminal, trying to search for information about the victim on the intranet. Unfortunately, she can't make out the name, so she can only start with the company. Future Media. The information about this company on the intranet is vague, apart from the fact that it's a media company controlled by a certain charity foundation. Christina couldn't find anything useful. She scans the victim's staff card, planning to conduct a more in-depth search when she returns. Oh, so we can ask that guy. Okay, what's that thing? The victim's hair spread out on the surface of the stream, slowly floating with the current. Christina's gaze focused on the bright gem necklace around her neck, the style of which feels familiar. The necklace of the victim, a violet flower carved from a purple natural gem that looks very valuable. You know, purple color reminds me of Garvano. An exquisite camera. Its placement is a little too conspicuous. Interesting. The only photo left in the camera capturing the crime scene, according to the timestamp, someone took this photo an hour ago. All of the photos inside the camera have been removed, and the only remaining photo seems to have been taken by the murderer an hour ago. Did the murderer just leave not long ago, or deliberately return to the crime scene? I think we do that already, right? Ignore for now. What's this? Phone. Try to unlock. This seems to be the victim's phone, carelessly thrown on the ground. Christina finds out it's unlocked by fingerprint and there's no password or additional lock. Unfortunately, the victim's body has been submerged in water and the fingerprint has devolved. She can't use her magic gadget now. Yeah, figures, it's not gonna be that easy. Oh! I think this flower is... Let's inquire him then. Most of the sheriff are standing far away, seemingly afraid that the item contaminated with mania will affect them. Only one serious-looking sheriff stays at the scene. I thought we can inquire him. Okay, the sheriff seems quite curious about the flowers on the victim. Can I ask him again? Yeah, I'd already clicked that. Dark red flower gather on the surface of the water, as if someone meticulously placed the flower on the body to decorate the scene. Such a strong fragrance. Christina takes a deep breath of the surrounding air, feeling a bit dizzy. Judging by the shape, these are very common roses, but roses usually wouldn't have such a cloyingly sweet fragrance. She stands by the stream, stretching her body toward in an attempt to see more detail. Upon closer inspection, unlike the surrounding white daisies, this red flower seems to have sprung from her body out of nowhere. There are no stems at the junction of the flower and skin. Instead, there's a faintly visible soft red glow. Just as Shalom said, this is the work of a sinner. A supernatural crime? How do traditional detectives solve supernatural cases? How do traditional detectives solve supernatural cases? Christina recalls the report she had seen trying to figure out a way. Firstly, the ability of sinners aren't scary, they are all traceable. She now knows that this ability can grow flowers on the victim body. Ooh. What needs to be investigated are the peculiarities of these flowers, their impact on the people, and whether they can cause death. Christina can't help but reach out to touch the strange red flowers. The sheriff, who has been guarding the scene, comes over and waves to her. Christina walks over to the sheriff. He's holding a small evidence bag and gestures to her. Take the evidence bag. The evidence bag contains a light pink rose. Upon closer inspection, it's clear that this is no regular flower. The petals are semi-transparent, and the overall color is much lighter than the flowers in the water. What's even more peculiar is that it's floating in the evidence bag, as if it's alive and breathing. Just as Christina is about to say something, her communication terminal suddenly rings. It's a text message. Check the message. Following orders from superiors, I'm now sending you the current investigation report from our precinct. At the scene of the sunken blossom incident, we retrieved some flower-shaped substance from the body. After a quick examination by the Evidence Analysis Department, the following characteristics were found. 1. The substance is temporarily called the mania flower, a product of a special sinner's ability. Its structure is similar to crystal, but it's highly flexible and not easily destroyed. 2. Unspoiled human DNA is extracted from the substance, but no other biological tissue such as cells and hair have been detected. Yo! Look! Inspector Doily! Eastside Local Security Precinct. Wow! Good to hear about you, buddy. You're doing well. The inspector is doing... get back to his track, I guess. After reading the information, Christina has some idea in mind. What idea? Wait, what? I don't have any idea. But Christina has a feeling that she's missing something. What could it be? Can I click this part? Find the traces left by the preparator. Is there any hint? Oh, you can do that. The water buttercup. That's kind of like feels cheating though. Like, yeah, come on. The water buttercup. But the water buttercup growing in the stream is a common aquatic plant cultivated by the park management. Nothing special. Okay. The flowers floating on the water are daisies. The Central Park doesn't grow this kind of flower, and it is not the season for daisy to bloom. It's obviously arranged by someone. What else missing? There's one more. Okay, looks like something. Okay, I'm just gonna use the hint. Oh! Didn't see that. Here's an external memory card for the camera. Could it be a clue left by the murderer on purpose? So we can use that. Okay, view item. Use it. Although that is very cool, actually this is very cool. Although she successfully inserted the memory card, there is still only one photo inside after turning it on. The data in the card are damaged. Is there anything else? How's the investigation going? Okay, there is one more. I think if I because there's one out of two, right? Can I still click this? Oh, the skin. God damn it! I skipped some part there. The skin of the victim shows almost no different from that of a living person. If it weren't for the report stating that the victim had ceased breathing, Christina might even believe she was just asleep, just like a case she learned about from her teacher. The skin, that's it. The victim was discovered last night, but her skin isn't wrinkled at all. This isn't normal. Her body is showing no sign of bloating either. Being submerged in water in the summer, her body should have shown changes overnight, but it hasn't. Krishna pulled out a small orange square from her detective bag. Oh, so we can open the phone now. Use her fingerprint to find clues in the terminal. If the culprit is caught early enough, she might still have a chance. Can I use this now? View item. There you go. It unlocked. Christina quickly checks the message inside the phone. Among a pile of irrelevant high society life, she finds a text message worth noting. Tel 0431768889. Hi Anania, remember me? I bet you do. Your phone number hasn't changed. Neither have I. I'm a bit short on money recently, and you were the first one I thought of. Oh, seriously? Oh, what a good friend you are. Only thought of me when you need money. I still remember the incident from 10 years ago. Yes, at that little pond. It's our little secret. You wouldn't want me to lose it, would you? See you at 11 p.m. tomorrow at Central Park. If you don't come, something else might come to you. Oh my god, this is a blackmail.
This is it! The victim rushed here because of this message and then met her fate. This is a message from the murderer.
I really like that touch.
Even left a phone number. What an arrogant culprit. Have no respect for lives and even declare war on us. I'll find out who you are right now. Log into the system, apply to search the owner of this number, and information about the victim. The victim's name is... Anania.
Christina is fully focused on operating the security intranet, waiting for the response, completely unaware of a large shadow cast over her.
Where did this brat come from? Who are you? Why did you barge into the crime scene?
Who is this person? This is like a new model.
Crisp shirt, but messy shoes and socks. Your wife must have carefully ironed that for you, but ran out of time, and you just slipped on any shoes. And the only guy in the precinct who's been flaunting wedding gifts recently is...
Did she just did the Sherlock deduction thingy?
You must be Inspector Dole, the person in charge of this case. I am the famous detective Christina, here to...
Oh, wait a minute. So Dole is an actual person?
Ouch! My name is Christina, a freshman at the City Security Academy, doing a summer internship at the East Side Local Security Precinct. I'm assigned to assist with the investigation. I'm sorry I didn't immediately report to the person in charge of the scene.
Okay, so I think if you watch the so this is what happened. So in the live stream, there's like this voice acting, not voice acting, not voice actor like introduction or something, and there's one person who voiced, I think it was Levi, or maybe it was Demon, I forgot, and he said something about he voiced Inspector Dole. Now I think some people thought that it was Doily and he was just mistakenly says Dole, but it's apparently there's an actual Inspector Dole, so technically he kind of like spoiling. I think that voice actor is Tom Holland or something.
Who let a freshman intern on the scene? What if you spoil the evidence? Get lost?
Yeah.
Inspector, actually, she...
After hearing a few whispers, the inspector's expression changes from grumpy to surprised, then to indifferent and disgusted.
So you know the higher-ups. Got quite a strong backer. Can't you build your resume somewhere else?
Sir, I'm not here for my resume. I'm here for the truth. I can do it, just like believing in the everlasting existence of justice and light. Please give me a chance.
As she speaks, her pocket vibrates. A message has arrived on her communication terminal. Christina pulls it out and looks at it, even more excited.
Look, I found the first suspect. The owner of this suspicious phone number is a 48-year-old male called Nathan. The file says he's an East Sider, but his past is very suspicious. Please allow me to keep investigating.
The girl's impassioned speech is met with silence. Eventually, the inspector sighs.
I just can't get rid of you, can I? Fine. Stay over there and watch. Don't interfere with the investigation. Now, hand me the victim's phone.
Aw. Here, sir.
She hands over the phone with a regretful look on her face, moving as slowly as if she were holding a 100 kg dumbbell, clearly reluctant. But just then... Oh, the victim's phone suddenly rings. The incoming call display shows 0431768889. Is the suspect? What? Does the voice? Oh, he used hand signal, okay. Christina nods and presses the speaker button. A strange male voice comes from the other end of the phone.
Hello there, rookie detective. Enjoying your little detective game?
You're Nathan? Show yourself, murderer!
That's not quite right. Anania is still alive. The flowers are her life. They're still blooming brilliantly. Don't move. If you crush those flowers, you will become the murderer.
Christina quickly looks down. Indeed, when she was hopping around nervously, she almost stepped into the pool.
You jerk! Just you wait! I'm checking the communication location now, and everyone who's making a call. I will search the entire city to find you.
Wait. How did he know I was about to step on the flowers? Christina jumps up abruptly, her head swinging like a rattled drum, scanning the surrounding in a 360-degree panorama. A telescope, a disguise, anything will do.
He can see me! The murderer is nearby! Wherever he is, he can see me, so look for anyone making a call! Go quickly!
Keep it down. You're startling him. Over there!
Whoa! Wait! The inspector raises his gun and fires a shot. Aiming at the sheriff who is guarding the blockade is a good shot, but the sheriff deflects it with a wave of her hand. The sheriff presses down her hand and turns to run towards the crowd, causing a wave of scream wherever she goes.
Of course it's a sinner. Everyone listen to me, immediately!
Wait, that was Coco, right?
Leave it to me! I will catch the murderer and uncover the truth!
I like Christina already. The inspector stretches out his hand to grab Christina, but is pulled by her brute strength. Then he stumbles and falls to the ground. When he looks up again, the ginger girl has already run off like a runaway horse. Wait, that was Coco, right? In the police officer uniform.
The splash of petals is...
Oh, okay, it's a good start. I'm interested. It give me a vibe of was that Sherlock versus Moriarty?
Lights, camera,
Action. The sheriff who fled is exceptionally agile, quickly shaking off the majority of the pursuer by several streets and darting into a small alley. It's a dead end, but she easily climbs over a wall more than 4 meters high using a nearby crate with elegant posture. She looks back with a rather proud look. The only one who has kept up with her is the intern detective Christina.
So you are the sinner specially recruited by the investigation team, huh? Your speed and stamina are not bad, but your movements are clumsy.
Yo, that is Coco. Coco.
Hey, can you even climb up?
No need.
Oh, she just destroyed it. She grabs her cane and swings it forcefully. It breaks through the entire wall like a hammer. The suspect is instantly swallowed up by the smoke and dust from the collapse.
I didn't expect you'd be a woman. You used a voice changer, didn't you?
How hurtful. Didn't you notice after chasing me for so long? It's so obvious.
Her voice comes from above and behind her. Christina quickly turns around to see that the woman has already jumped onto the fire escape 2-story high, looking down at her from above.
Oh, look, my graceful movements, top-notch figure, and you didn't notice? Are you still a kid, or just stupid?
Oh, ouch! As she speaks, she sizes Christina up, curling her lip in disdain. Then, with one hand on her hip and her chest lifted, she reveals her perfect figure, raising her other hand elegantly and lightly pressing her chest.
Want me to teach you some toning techniques? Cutie detective.
Oh god damn it, Bayi, you have like a competitor now.
No thanks. I'm in great shape.
Honestly, never mind. Okay, so it's time to use my new sinner. Let's go with Shalom, Coco,
Flowers will bloom.
I can
Rahu.
eradicate any
It's just
threats,
weird to see them
if
in
that's
one
what it takes to guarantee your safety.
in one one team. I'm just gonna make Coco guard that. Oh, right, I forgot that Shalom is a radical. I was thinking that Shalom is a, what do you call it?
Time for a little exercise.
Caster, arcane.
Hey,
One more.
fine. I'll go.
Let's go Langley then.
I'll go.
Execution.
I want to put Shalom and Coco next to each other. Let's go. Ooh. One hit and then it kill everyone. Too OP, I guess. Oh, I can use it, and it's not necessary because it's
Bloom
just.
here, till the gloom here, till the day you wither.
Let's just use Slang and kill
Time to
everybody.
die.
That's what you call what do you call it? Penetrating damage. Langley shot with a shotgun or something. A brief pause in the skirmish reveals Christina numerous injuries, yet she hasn't even managed to touch the woman's hair. The enemy's strength far exceeds expectation. She watches Christina, who is now panting heavily.
I thought a specially dispatched sinner detective would be more capable. You're quite the disappointment, young missy.
I couldn't care less about your opinion.
While talking tough, Christina secretly observed the weapon in the woman's hand. It's a crimson crystallized dagger drawn from thin air, adorned with a few strange flowers, the same as the mania flower found on the victim, Anania.
I knew it was you. Must be my lucky day to catch the real culprit so quickly. You left the crime scene in such an extravagant state, flaunting your mania abilities. Were you taunting us? Or were you hoping to be praised by others? You're a show-off and a narcissist, thinking everyone in the world will dance to your tune. You were fooling us over the phone while admiring your own performance art up close. Too bad you ran into me. Let me, the great detective Christina, show you what a real setback looks like.
Did they teach you profiling in your first year of school? That answer is passable, I guess. But you're a bit slow, silly girl. I've been giving you clues since my first sentence to you.
Well, shit, I didn't notice anything. What did she say?
Hello there, rookie detective.
The experienced inspector knew the scene was being watched the moment he heard that. He searched for subjects carefully and discreetly without causing a stir. And you? You were 47 seconds late and shouting like an imbecile.
Ouch.
Well, I don't need you lecturing me. Come with me. Confess everything. Tell us how and why you committed these crimes and whether you had accomplices. You said Anania isn't dead, that you turned her into a flower. Can she still be saved? Remove your ability. Right now, you're only guilty of assault and will be supervised in MBCC. But if you cross that line, you'll be a murderer, and trampling on life is an unforgivable crime. You... Huh?
Nothing. Just thought of something funny. It's been a while since I've seen someone like you.
Without blinking, Christina watches as the woman disappears before her eyes. Then the woman's voice sounds from behind her.
Such an overly righteous fool.
Christina doesn't have time to react. The woman's hand is already around her neck from behind. Her fingertips lightly touch Christina's chin, tracing the curve of her throat downwards. Suddenly, Christina feels a strange numbness as something is drawn out from within her.
You dare to insult me? Thinking I'm as useless as you, a complete novice? The word murderer can't define me, detective. The life and justice we see are different.
Her hand continues to move outwards, pulling out a budding crimson flower. The bud bursts out from Christina's chest, slowly stretching upward.
Look, people can bloom. This is your flower. Take good care of it. Hurting it is the same as hurting yourself. I believe life is precious. Even the most ugly and despicable person can bloom beautiful flowers. The body and soul will become nutrients, nourishing the flower until it blooms. Only then is it a truly pure life. Yours looks like a naive and cute little flower. A sunflower? Or a daisy?
The crimson bud sprouts, slowly unfolding. A wave of nausea rises within Christina as if her blood is being drowned from the ends of her vessel. She musters all her strength to squeeze out a question through her teeth.
What happens when the flower fully blooms?
It will keep going, blooming more and more flowers, just like the woman in the water, until she can't bear anymore. Life is powerful. The stronger the person, the more they can bear. I've seen someone bloom an entire garden.
I asked, what happens to those who have bloomed after their life has been drained?
Oh, that's what you meant.
A smile shows on her face.
When you're admiring a flower, do you care about the mud under your feet?
You bastard!
Fury surges within Christina, her hatred overcoming her fear and allowing her to reclaim control of her body. Ignoring the threat, she spins around and swings at the woman, who easily dodges. Christina then throws her cane toward where the woman retreated.
That's someone's life. What right do you have to distort and trample it?
She wanna take off the glasses. The wall is shattered by the thrown cane. Dust fills the alley. The punctured sheriff hats fall pathetically, the woman's figure vaguely visible through the dust. Her long hair floats around her, a deep red flower in her hand. She seems very pleased.
You got mad, huh? I'd say this is much more beautiful than your boring justice.
Christina Kane is still stuck in the wall behind the enemy. The strength she used is that strike has left her drained, or perhaps having her flower plucked has indeed robbed her of some life force. It's now very difficult for her to move. She grits her teeth in fury.
Shut up, bastard! I remember now. July. At Erica Villa. The sheriffs had their lives drained by a sinner. Rahu said that a crimson thorn was left at the scene. You're the one who attacked Erica Villa. Who attacked Shalom! You're the leader of the Garden Sinners. The mentor of assassins.
The mentor laughed even more.
Shalom, huh? Are you really that fond of her? Perfect. Then you should play with me, too.
I don't have time to play with you. I'm going to... Ah!
Oh. A white blade plunges straight into Christina's left leg. She kneels in pain, completely losing the ability to move. Upon removal, the white blade turns out to be just an ordinary note. There are a few lines of small character inside. In garden deep, where springs blossom dive, emerald waters their whisper abide. On a night of rains, fireflies glide. By fractured walls, shadow of ruins reside. In autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam. Gold and silver set the festive scene. As years and nears, fast and wide, over dried up wells, I alone stride.
Where spring blossoms dive. Could this be an assassination warning? So this isn't the only case. Are you planning to...
This is just the beginning. I made a promise for a grand bloom, and I will keep my word. When and where the next flower will bloom, and for what reason, why don't you deduce? The future great detective Christina. Treat it like your favorite detective game. If you can solve my riddles, I'll accept a commission from you. Any person you want me to kill, save, or spare, I'll listen to you. But if you can't solve them, you, your Shalom, the ones you love, many people will turn into blooming flowers to decorate my garden.
You!
All right, get moving. If you have time to be angry with me here, the second flower might have already bloomed.
Second? Could it be... Look! I found the first suspect! The owner of this suspicious phone number is a 48-year-old male called Nathan. The file says he's an East Sider, but his past is very suspicious. Please allow me to keep investigating.
The woman takes a luxurious phone out of her pocket, waves it around and throws it at Christina's face. Christina quickly catches it. The phone screen is already shattered, and her intuition tells her that this is Nathan's phone.
Figure it out yourself. It's best to bring more people. Your talk of justice alone can't stop me. By the way, here you go, little detective. This is your flower.
She gently lets go, and the flower pulled out from Christina's body falls to the ground. It's a tender flower that looks like a daisy or a sunflower. Christina couldn't recognize it.
Marigold isn't known to be sunny, so don't force yourself to play the role of a justice hero. Challenge me with your true self. Then I might be able to expect something from you. This is a blooming period that has been brewing for 10 years. I've lowered the difficulty for you. You better win.
10 years. What does that mean? What happened in 103?
She doesn't respond, laughing loudly as she turns around and leaves. Christina wants to chase after her, but her body is blooming and injured, no longer listening to her commands. All she can do is yell at the figure that's leaving.
Don't run! You bastard! What did that mean just now? What does the case have to do with NF-103?
Oh, love it! The further investigation of the case quickly yields results. Intelligence Department. Regarding the other flowers that shouldn't have been present at the scene, we understand the reason for their presence. Central Park doesn't have daisies, which only bloom in spring. The Intelligence Department has searched the entire east side and finally found something interesting. Back in the spring of NF-104, a woman drowned here. The investigation ruled out homicide, but the photos from the crime scene at that time are quite interesting. Ooh. The posture, the layout, and Daisy at the scene are very similar to the Anania case. What's the connection between these two people? There's no concrete evidence yet, but they are definitely related to one thing. The famous FAC debate in NF-103. The deceased is named Ophelia, originally from the FAC Communication Department, and had participated in supporting a major operation in NF-103. We haven't yet applied for enough permission to query the details, but we do know that the operation seems to have suffered a major defeat with heavy casualty. This triggered a series of chain reaction, including several people in charge and then commander of FAC taking the blame and resigning. The former commander died of illness soon after. Although Ophelia was not in a high position, she also left the FAC at the beginning of NF-104 due to physical and mental illness. 3 months later, she was found drowned in a pond. As for Anania, she was not a member of FAC, but she was in charge of handling the internal publicity crisis of FAC in NF-103. And the several articles she published stated that the defeat in NF-103 was due to the internal intelligence and communication personnel, which involved Ophelia. This caused quite a stir at the time.
You messed with the wrong person.
Damn.
The case is complicated, involving sinners, contamination, garden assassins, and possible serial offenses. Now, let's reorganize the existing information. Detectives, pay attention. First, the Anania case. In addition to the various physical evidence and clues found at the scene, the following discrepancies are being investigated thoroughly, including... Now that we've established Anania's actual background, we believe that the motive of the perpetrator was vengeance. This aligns with the deliberate arrangement at the scene and various rumors about the assassin group. It could be that someone within the garden was involved in the NF-103 incident, or it could be a commission from relevant individuals to the garden. We will continue to investigate along the lines of Ophelia's associates. But the case isn't over yet. What we need to focus on now is the first suspect, who could also be the second victim, Nathan.
The killer isn't Nathan, but she contacted Anania using Nathan's phone and contacted us after the crime, indicating that something likely happened to Nathan sometime before the 6th when he contacted Anania. Nathan could be an accomplice, or more likely, the first victim. Either way, we must find him first.
Up to view the next case.
Basic information about Nathan has been synced to all members of the investigation team. An inspector suggested the possibility of document forgery, which needs further verification.
I gotta say that design is actually pretty sick. Like, maybe you can make that a sinner.
The key now is to find Nathan. After contacting Anania at 2312 on the 6th, Nathan completely disappeared. From the current information, apart from the text message that might have been fabricated by the killer, we also couldn't establish a connection between the two victims. The perpetrator's motive is still unclear, but we haven't come up empty-handed. At the scene of Anania's case, the intern detective Christina once caught up with the prime suspect. The leader of the Garden, a sinner assassin group, a woman who calls herself Mentor. Her ability is known as Bloom. This case is just the beginning.
Information about the garden.
When and where the next flower will bloom, and for what reason. Why don't you deduce? The future great detective Christina. Treat it like your favorite detective game.
Damn it.
All right. This is the intelligence that the silly girl risked her life to bring back. Even an intern can give it her all. How can we, the seniors, stand by? Everyone, today we must find Nathan and solve this case. Oh shit. Why on earth are you still here?
You mean Christina? This is exciting. Oh, Doyle. Can I make the picture bigger? Is there anyone else? Nathan case. Evidence. I don't know. This violet remind me of Garofano so much. Okay, how do I go back? More? Is there any more? Nothing? Is there anything else? Oh, there you go. I think there's nothing. What is this? Okay, I think I haven't read this one. The previous commander-in-chief resigned following his blunder during the Eclipse operation in NF-103. This is a photo of the new commander-in-chief giving a speech. It was taken by Anania. Anania communique on the FAC commander-in-chief inauguration speech, in which she lavishly praised the newly appointed commander-in-chief. Right, so where do we go now? What are we supposed to do? Let's continue.
Did you hear the bell tolling?
Oh shit. Why on earth are you still here?
A marker lands on Christina's forehead. She yelps, finally shifting her gaze from the detective handbook, meeting the gaze of all of the people in the investigation team. Her overthinking just now leaves her momentarily disoriented. The inspector blushes at his own words, but feels a sense of relief when he realized that Christina didn't hear them.
Get out of here. You're so badly injured, I won't be able to explain it to your higher-ups later. If the suspect is the leader of the Garden, there's no place for a rookie like you.
I'm fine. That woman treats lives as a joke, and she will do even worse things. She's targeting me and the people important to me. I must stop her.
I gotta say, so far I really like Dole.
And I've solved many cases related to the sinners. I have experience. I can help.
All you've done is catch thieves and handle lost and found cases. Can you compare those to a murder case like this?
I'm not afraid.
This case is more complicated than we imagined. I don't know how deeply it's connected to the case in NF-103 or the FAC. But no matter what, you shouldn't get yourself involved. I know about your situation. Your father was with the FAC, he died in NF-103. You've never dealt with a murder case, and you have a history of mental instability. I won't delve into the connection behind this, nor care about the reason why you were assigned here. But now that the garden has targeted you, and I've seen that you're easy to provoke, I'm determining that you're not suitable for this case after assessing the risk.
It's okay. I'm not that fragile. And this is a job entrusted to me by a very important person.
I don't care how important that big shot is. This isn't something an intern should get involved in. I can't be held responsible if you lose your life. Go back and rest. Don't hang around here with us.
Christina clenches her fist. Staying up all night makes her both excited and defeated. Her emotions are suppressed with nowhere to vent. Just then, a familiar and unique ringtone rings. Christina jumps up, her eyes gleaming.
Wait, it's an important call. I have to pick it up. We'll talk when I come back.
Hey!
She runs as if she's flying, all the way to the ladies' room, then catches her breath, swallows her saliva. With unease and excitement, she presses the answer key.
Shalom?
Here we go.
It's me.
Oh.
Rahu.
You sound disappointed?
Is Shalom okay? Are you guys coming back?
No. The situation is more complicated than expected. The mission needs more time. But Shalom is worried about your situation and asked me to check on you.
So she knows that I failed. Christina is a bit annoyed.
I'm sorry. I was inexperienced and hot-headed. I let the criminal escape and made you guys worry. Compared to me, Shalom's task is 100 times more difficult, and the enemies she faces are 100 times more dangerous. In the end, she has to be distracted by my matters.
Well, you're dealing with the mentor of an assassin guild. And you said Shalom is 100 times. What could it be?
Say that to her yourself. Shalom asked me to contact you to provide information. I've dealt with a few assassins from the garden. They're not psychopaths who kill for fun. Apart from accepting commissions, the garden's actions are usually highly purposeful and very much driven by sentiment. From the series of cases you've taken over, the garden intentionally connected several isolated incidents to create a sense of ritual. This sense of ritual has a purpose. Shalom hopes that you can figure it out. They rarely act so ostentatiously. This is an opportunity. We have already sent people to track down the garden's base.
Strong connections. I think I have an idea.
And there's one last thing she asked me to convey. Shalom says she'll be there for you whenever you need her. But she believes you can do it.
Okay. Thank you for the clues you gave me. Thank you, Shalom. I know what to do now. These guys, having ties with the underground forces and still insisting on causing trouble at the most critical moment of the battle. I won't let them off. When I'm not around, you have to protect her. Special Force Rahu, I'm counting on you.
Of course. I won't let her die. That's the order given to me.
After hanging up the phone, Christina slaps her face hard.
All right, I'm fully charged! To live up to everyone's expectations, the famous great detective will continue to shine and illuminate the darkness.
You know, I like Christina's energy, that I want to root for her, but behind her is Shalom. That's what I cannot forget. She doesn't return to the investigation team, but heads straight to the next investigation site, to Nathan's house. The Public Security Bureau has investigated Nathan's file. It can be confirmed that he smuggled into his site from Syndicate 10 years ago. His experiences before that are a blank slate. Not long after he smuggled into his site, he opened a large construction company and took on many projects. But the company performance was not ideal, and it has been losing money for the past 10 years. Under these circumstances, large amount of unexplained funds have been constantly flowing into Nathan's personal account. Although these funds are well managed and no discrepancy can be found, this itself is enough to prove that there's something wrong with Nathan. Christina arrives at Nathan's house. Just like his file, Nathan's house is also cleaned very neatly, nothing out of ordinary. Except for a handwritten phone book which has Anania's number, the corresponding name is written in code. Christina follows up and checks a few other numbers in the phone book. Most of these contacts are wealthy businessmen engaged in charity work, and there's also a high-ranking official in Eastside. Perhaps like Anania, they were all potential blackmail targets chosen by Nathan. To Anania's house. Christina discovered that Anania did some online searches about Nathan after receiving his text message. However, according to the records, her searches focused on Nathan's construction company, not Nathan himself. Following her search records, Christina finds that Anania was indeed purposefully collecting information. Nathan's construction company often gets involved in disputes related to the quality of the project, and this dispute all end up being minimized or dismissed in the end. The most recent project records is a demolition project of a building ruin on the east bank of the Ras, but for some reason it has been in a state of suspension. Online rumors say that the place is haunted and no work will dare to go. Christina does some checking and finds that this building was originally built by Nathan's company, but it was abruptly halted midway, which is why it became a ruin. From construction to suspension, from the decision to demolish it to another suspension, so many questions regarding this 10-year-long project.
On a night of rains, fireflies glide. By fractured walls, shadows of ruins reside.
Ruins. She unfolds the map and carefully searches around the rust corresponding to the construction project. Sites that Nathan once took on. Some of them have been completed, some have long been demolished. The only one left is an unfinished broken wall like an urban legend that can't be demolished.
Ah, found it!
Come on! Let's fight!
Corso, calm down.
Hello? Who's this? I'm busy here.
Inspector! I know where Nathan is. I'm sending you the location. It may not be correct. I'll go ahead and scout first.
No, it's dangerous, kid! Wait for us to go together!
There's no time!
She jumps down from a pile of garbage. Her foot twists and she rolls down head over heels. Before she has time to cry out in pain, she gets up with her hands and feet and runs.
The criminal did catch Nathan first, but she didn't immediately kill him. According to the second sentence of the flowery scroll, Nathan should be the second person to bloom according to the criminal's plan. What if there's still a chance? What if I can make it in time? If I make it, he doesn't have to die.
But if the murderer is at the scene...
She better be. Christina has a lot to say to the mentor. Even if she doesn't bump into her here, she will definitely catch up. She must find that white-haired sinner.
I found it!
Holding the phone, her hand is shaking violently. She's shocked by the scene in front of her, and her heart is being shaken by regret, powerlessness, and deeper anger.
Hey. Hello? Are you okay? Speak up!
Inspector, I found the scene. Sorry, I'm too late.
Ooh.
There are lots of flowers blooming. It's very dangerous around here, too. Make sure everyone wears protection, and it's best to call FAC.
Before you arrive, I will do a preliminary investigation of the scene.
After hanging up the phone, Christina takes a deep breath. The dazzling mania flowers are messing with her senses, stirring up past chaotic memories. Christina must control any potential physiological reaction. She must overcome obstacles. She can't fall here. The dead cannot be brought back. She failed to save one person's life. What she can do now is to find the truth. Wait a minute, so if Nathan is dead, so does it mean that she already, start blooming before Anania? Because we still don't know if Anania dead or not. Let's take a look at here. The surface of the water bucket is uneven, just like a common trash can, filled with strange light blue liquid. Is this discarded waste left there? Hey, is it discarded waste left here, or is it a tool specially prepared for her? What's this? A metal prosthetic found in pile of junk. There's no record of Nathan undergoing such a modification. Could it belong to someone else? Christina gut feeling in that this is Nathan prosthetic. The mania flowers swallowed his body, leaving behind this metallic remnant. Can I check? Under the settling sun, the magenta flowers reflect a captivating light. This scene seems to have no victim, but Christina clearly sees a person. A person hanging on the wall, a death visible to the naked eye. Calm down, Christina, calm down. You need to find the truth. Calm down and continue investigating. Christina carefully takes a petal from the wall and gently places it in evidence bag. Then she takes a piece of clothing that is almost fused with the flower. What's that? This is a slightly loose stone, as if someone had broken it. Christina remembers that this place was supposed to be demolished, but it was halted by someone for some reason. With a gentle touch from Christina, many fragments fall down with a clatter. She decisively digs it all out, revealing a small hole behind the brick. There are some white fragments deep inside, like fallen pieces of stone. Even through her glove, Christina can feel the warmth emanating from the pile of clothes suspended in mid-air. Perhaps it's the setting sun, or perhaps it's the lingering warmth of life. A person has completely disappeared from this world, and this is the trace he left behind. The previous victim is in a limbo between life and death, and this victim's body has completely vanished. Is this intended by the killer, or is it caused by her ability? Oh right, it was depend on the victim will to live, I guess. So some people can last longer than the others. So it's not necessarily like Nathan was bloom before Anania. They just maybe his will, Anania will is stronger than Nathan. If this was deliberately designed by the killer, the first one was committed out of vengeance. Is it the same for the second? Does the killer hate the second victim more than the first? If this condition or characteristic of the killer ability, is this changed due to the location, time, or the victims? Christina closed her eyes. Countless speculations collide in her mind, then gradually subside. She needs more clue. So okay, I cannot do that. I want to press the hint, but come on. Nathan's body hangs on the wall, silently watching Christina. What else do I get? Nathan's body, okay. So it's the same. There's a scratch here. Oh, it's not? Can I click the wall? Let's see. Uncover the secret within the wall of collapse. This one? This one? This one? This one? God damn it. Can I check this one again? This liquid seems strangely familiar to Christina, as if she has seen it somewhere before. What else? The ladder? The window? No, I keep pressing that part. Okay, I'm just gonna sorry, I'm just gonna use the hint. See, this is something that I don't even notice. Okay, so I can click this. The weeds on the wall are dry, but it's evident that they used to be lush. That's it. The bottom of the wall is piled with a lot of junk, as if no one has been here for a long time. Lichen spreads behind the debris, which catches Christina's attention. Can I do it again? Squatting on the pile of debris, Christina takes a breath and sends back the known information to the Public Security Bureau. This case is much more serious than Anania. He hopes to get more support and investigate the scene more thoroughly. She quickly received a reply, which detailed the result of the further investigation into Nathan by the Bureau during the day. Nathan, a smuggler from Syndicate, was involved in illegal activity like usury in East Side. He suddenly went legit in NF-104 and started a construction business. Before he quit, Nathan had harassed some family of the FAC victims. Some suspected that he helped deal with these troublemakers, but due to lack of evidence, he was quickly released on bail. Some also accused him of getting rid of corpses in the Rush, but during that time, the Rush isolation belt wasn't easy to approach. If he really did it, the FAC outpost monitoring the East Bank would swallow him alive. Upon careful examination of Nathan's account transaction record, all of his investment in the construction failed. Yet his account still had a large amount of cash.
It seems that this former Syndicate gangster had done some shady business after coming to East Side. No wonder someone sought revenge on him in such a brutal way. It's the killer's motive. Another common point between the two cases is... it's NF-103 again.
Could it be a coincidence? Her heart is pounding fiercely, but she restrained herself and returned to the case at hand.
Both crime scenes correspond to the two haiku because both of the victims were killed by blooming. Since they're both related to the NF-103 FAC event, the killer could be seeking vengeance. If the last two lines of the poem are also going to be crime scenes, they are likely to be similar to these two cases. I must find out the truth behind these cases to stop her. No matter how grand the revenge, it's not justice.
She gets up, staring intently at the broken wall covered in mania flowers, as if she could find new clues by looking a bit longer.
I must uncover the truth behind these cases and stop her. No.
Christina's eyes widen, a terrifying idea suddenly seizing her train of thought. In front of her is a solid wall, not particularly tall, but unusually thick. Nathan's clothing is suspended in mid-air, clinging to the mania's flower. The ground is cluttered with debris, and behind them are dark, jagged plants climbing and twisting, seemingly an inadvertent disguise or a definitive hint. The image of Anania Pond surfaced in her mind. Like Ophelia, she died in the pond of Central Park, intentionally decorated with flowers that were not originally there just to match the scene from the spring of NF-104. Stepping over the discarded debris, Christina carefully removed Nathan from the wall. Apart from the flowers, Nathan's body has completely disappeared from this world, leaving nothing behind. Many other plants are clinging to this abandoned wall. They aren't many of flowers blooming from Nathan, but rather they resemble some kind of lichen or moss, a withered existence. But Christina can't help but feel they are similar. These are not natural plants. They carry a specific scent, the smell of life and death of a human. She needs a way to prove her speculation, and coincidentally someone has prepared a tool for her. Somehow it gives me like, I don't know, shiver in my body when I see that. Okay. Does it mean that there's like a body behind this wall or something? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, try it out. Returning to the mysterious bucket, Christina takes a newly plucked Jimson weed and soaks it in the liquid. The moment the flower touches the liquid, the mania flower ignites in terrifying red and blue flames. The flames quickly extinguish, but the intense luminance of the flower lingers for a long time. Christina recognizes this reaction. It's the same when she's out in the blue rain. It's how the blue rain reacts to a sinner. Someone specially prepared this bucket of blue rain for her. A fire suddenly ignites in Christina's heart, growing bigger and bigger, driving her to pick up the bucket and approach the flowerless wall. Oh, are we gonna like splash the water to the wall? Christina used all her strength to clear the junk. As the sun set and the shadow cast by the sun quickly lengthened, she is finally swallowed by them. Just before the last ray of light disappeared, Christina grits her teeth and throws all her strength into splashing the bucket of blue rain against the wall. Christina continues to splash in different directions until there is not a drop of water left in the bucket. The roaring flames burn on the mud wall, illuminating the detective's terrified face. She wants to close her eyes but can't. She must watch. The flame gradually dies out. The wall is thoroughly soaked, leaving mottled spots of red fluorescence on the wet wall. They are scattered but also show several noticeable spots, indicating the location of the object buried in the concrete.
People can bloom. The body and soul will become nutrients, nourishing the flower until it blooms.
So what are these mania plants that can't bloom? What nourishes them and why can't they bloom? Why are they clinging to this wall? What else is inside this wall?
Hello? Kid, are you still at the scene? FAC detected some contaminated creatures around the area. Did something happen over there? Find a place to hide first. Wait for us to come over.
Understood. Before that, I want to confirm something.
Oh god. Christina swings her cane at the wall with all her strength, hitting it over and over. Her eyes are getting redder.
Hey! What are you doing? What happened? Get out of there now!
Not far away, some attracted contaminants begin to peek their heads out and gradually approach. But Christina is completely oblivious. Her obsession with the truth makes her ignore everything around her. The wall cracks, then crumbles. Amid the smoke and cement blocks, unrecognizable objects fell out from the spot that were originally flashing with light, rolling straight to Christina's feet. Those are an unknown number of lives that have been sealed for who knows how long, that have already withered and can no longer bloom. It's Nathan. Even in the darkness, Christina clearly sees everything Nathan had ever done. Under the luminescence, the remnant of those lives are exposed in front of her eyes. The value alarm on her wrist bursts into a sharp sound. Christina screams and kneels on the ground, clutching her head, swept up by the crazy memories buried in the past. The monsters that have gradually gathered around seize the opportunity to pounce.
We survived.
So what?
Thanks to
So did
everyone's
Nathan
efforts.
actually hide bodies behind the wall? Gosh, this story, mate. I didn't expect this. Oh my god. It feels like totally different. Where are we going now?
Hopefully I'll find some interesting news material.
It feels like a different story from the Rainburst. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's put... Where's my Coco? Okay, I just want to put Coco next to Shalom.
Flowers will bloom.
Get along, you
wherever
two.
I go.
Okay. Then we just do this here. Only. And I just want to put Christina, to be honest, for fun. There we go.
Time for the east side active.
Even though I not build her up yet. Just give it to Loya and Darren.
Till the day you wither.
So far, the story is very interesting. I didn't expect this type of detective kind of story, to be honest. Oh, come on. I hate that. Yeah, the one that make us cannot move, isn't it? Shalom, just kill her. I hate her. Wait, why didn't she do the, the cross one and then the diamond one? When the detective and the assisting combatant from FAC arrive at the scene, Christina has disappeared. All that is left is a destroyed, broken wall and traces of a fierce battle.
Why can't we find her anywhere? Could it be that the kid has been taken by the corruptors?
She's an A-class sinner after all. She should be quite capable. Unless something happened that made her lose control of her emotions. We are now lacking the most effective means to stabilize the sinners. If their M value is unstable, it may also attract nearby mania creatures. That would be very dangerous.
The inspector doesn't dare to venture into the contamination. He takes a look from afar. He flips through Christina's last sent detailed on-site investigation clue, confirms the multiple remains sealed in the concrete for many years. He frowns. The FAC finds a shattered hypercube near the broken wall. The corruptor were smashed to pieces, and Christina's cloak was torn off. Even without getting close, one can tell that the battle here was very intense and chaotic not long ago. The intern's struggle was very fierce. She probably lost control.
That kid has psychological trauma. If she was the one who smashed this wall and saw what was inside.
One day ago.
Psychological trauma? Why didn't you say so earlier? Can't you put her on our team?
This task was originally recommended by the higher-ups. No one expected it would cause this much trouble. I can only ask you to take care of her. That child's father is an FAC instructor. The soldiers who were good to her family. And the whole team died in a secret operation. Yes, in NF-103. There were too many rumors about FAC in those years, and many people involved would think negatively. Her mother later died from excessive worry. Christina was hit hard and caused a lot of trouble. A kind family adopted her. Christina herself is trying to recover. She's very motivated, and she even got into the police academy. But there's always a fear of the unexpected. Her parents were also FAC combatants who recently fell in the West District operation. The child always tries to act tough. I don't know if she can keep it up.
NF-103 again. I should have gotten rid of her sooner. And she shouldn't have come alone. Chris! Where are you? Answer me! Chris!
He yells anxiously, walking farther and farther under the night sky, when suddenly a faint noise comes from the debris nearby. The inspector immediately draws his gun and takes aim. Oh,
you're...
When Christina wakes up, she is surrounded by pitch blackness. The silent darkness finally frees her from the violent chaos of her nightmare.
It's a dream, not real. I'm on a case. You finally woke up.
Oh no, she got captured.
When you have eliminated the impossible,
We are on the garden?
go, go, go!
I would love to see more member of the garden.
You were screaming so terribly just now. Having a nightmare, were you? Don't worry. I've mercifully drawn out all the contamination from your body.
Christina tries to sit up but fails. Blood clogs her mouth, making breathing difficult. The surroundings are dark, or perhaps she hasn't regained her vision yet. She only sees black, shattered marigolds at her hand. No, many a contamination in the shape of marigolds. This reminds her of the fight in her nightmare, under the broken wall, where she's battled many corruptors and was contaminated. But now, aside from the intermittent pain, her body doesn't seem to have that chaotic feel anymore. Who helped handle the contamination in her body in this blooming way? She only hears a familiar voice in the darkness, someone scrutinizing her.
The floor is hard, isn't it? Sorry about that. I should have offered a pillow to the injured, but with your whole body wounded, it would dirty my clothes. You'll have to bear with it.
Priority, I guess. Unlike the foul, bloody smell on her, she detects a fragrance of flowers and the sound of flowing water in her surrounding.
What is this place? This is my garden. You're in the enemy's headquarters, little detective.
Oh, very daring.
Do you remember me?
Yo!
I remember. Murderer.
Goddamn.
With a doll face like yours, you should say something cute and pleasing. Come, call my name. Kokalik.
Kokalik. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Coco. Christina is not in the mood to respond to her. Her consciousness, like her body, is heavy. She only wants to hold on to the most important thing.
Your cases. They are all acts of vengeance against what happened 10 years ago. Identical vengeance. But that's not your goal. Through these cases, you want me to investigate something. To expose something that happened 10 years ago. Why didn't you just let me investigate directly? Why keep me in the dark? And the 2 lines of poetry and the 2 people, just stop it here. I can investigate what you want. Just stop.
Coco interrupts Christina.
The garden is a place to enjoy life. Can we not talk about boring work stuff?
Then why did you bring me here? To kill me? To interrogate me?
Let me think. Oh, someone recommended you to join the garden.
Oh, ooh.
Such a cute reaction. Since you're also a pitiful child of FAC, why don't you greet the little friends here?
Also?
Over the years, so many people from FAC have died. Wouldn't it be normal for a few children who share your plight to join the garden? They quite like you.
To join the garden for revenge? Christina is immediately understand this sentiment. Her fists clench.
It's not the same. Even if I was treated unfairly, I don't want to harm others. I believe in justice.
What's so different? Didn't you go to Nirvana by yourself 8 years ago and stab a Paradisos representative?
Christina breath catches. Her reaction seems to greatly satisfy Coco. Mentor rises from the water, covered in watermarks. The surrounding assassins gather to drape her in a thin veil, escorting her out of the bath, all the while laughing merrily.
You're quite the oddball, I say. You spout nonsense about justice and truth, yet your blossoming is pathetically dark. Even when bound and brought to my garden, you're not surprised. It's because you're so used to it, aren't you? Your heart has been trapped in the dark all along.
Coco comes over to Christina, bending down to admire her prey. Her long white hair falls, brushing Christina's face. The water is cold and Christina wants to dodge but can't move. She can only stare at the Coco's bright red eyes.
What happened back then that infuriated you to the point of committing such a serious act at such a young age? Did the assassination succeed? Did you kill the person you hated to the bone?
Christina avoids her gaze, grits her teeth. She struggles to squeeze out an answer.
It wasn't like that, and it has nothing to do with you. I won't tell you.
So, the assassination failed. What a pity. You clearly have talent. You even became a sinner. As an assassin, an avenger, a person ignited by rage and burning everything, you have a talent for violence and destruction. Just like the flowers here. That's why that woman kept you by her side. Give up on your talk of justice. It's just a lie concocted by your Shalom, a chain she uses to bind you. Doesn't the case at hand prove this? Anania, a shallow and vain woman, stands on moral high ground to denounce others. After hurting others, she got scared out of her wits. But in a few days, she whitewashed herself and returned to the high ground. That Nathan, a dirty syndicate dog, attaches himself to a morally corrupt counselor and has countless deaths on his hands. 10 years have passed. If it weren't for me, would anyone have penalized him? Where's your justice then?
The weak detective remains silent for a moment, then looks back into Coco's eyes.
You're not the first person to say that to me. Because the world is so dark, justice doesn't exist. So it's okay for us to cross the line. It's just an excuse to cover up your own misdeeds. I've read all the Garden's files. You keep talking about vengeance, but what you're really doing is spreading mania with prohibited weapons. You contaminate a dozen civilians by killing one target. There are several cases of indiscriminate attacks on the FAC, all to undermine the anti-mania efforts. Because the world is a mess, your own evil deeds don't matter? Bullshit! Don't gloss over the bad things you've done, you're just as immoral. You're part of the evil. How many civilians in the city-state turn pale at the mention of the Garden? How many vile criminals imitate its actions to harm the innocent? Are you in total oblivion?
Coco looks at her with a smirk, suddenly sighs, and theoretically shakes her head.
Hear that, Thistle? This is the kindred spirit you fought so hard to save.
The light comes on, revealing an injured assassin behind the screen. She's about the same age as Christina, covered in wounds, her face alternating between pale and bruised, the stain on her body eerily similar to Christina.
What?
Oh, who's this? But Coco doesn't answer any more Christina's question. Instead, she turns to look at Thistle, her face full of mockery.
You went to great lengths to pull her out of the pile of corruptors, thinking that shared experiences would breed empathy. But in her eyes, you're just a bastard. Your kindness is misplaced. If she knew how you're so infatuated, would a few shed tears and kind words from her make you hand over everything about the Garden in a crying mess?
Thistle doesn't dare look at Coco. She just glares at Christina, her eyes filled with anger, shame, and regret.
I'm sorry, Mentor. Forgive me.
Yo! Who is this Thistle? But the apology only makes the mentor even angrier.
Pathetic. I've told you before, stop caring about others so much. Now what are you crying and whining for? Do you want me to say, oh, it's okay, I forgive you, so you can feel better?
Oh damn, Coco is angry.
You act on your own, break my rules, bring the enemy into our base, and expect me to care about your feelings? Am I your mommy?
About that.
What a pain. What little time I have for rest has been ruined by you and the dirty thing you brought back. Solitary confinement. You're not allowed out until I cool down.
The way she's angry, like, you know, scolding a child, though. You're not allowed to go out to play with your friends anymore.
Wait!
Christina struggles to yell, not at Coco, but at the garden assassin who's about to cry. She stopped in her tracks and turned around sharply. Christina suddenly doesn't know what to say. Did you save me? Thank you? Is your family also with the FAC? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You shouldn't stay with this kind of woman. I'll take you away. Before she can figure it out, the assassin speaks first.
You should have died there, you domesticated scum.
Thistle leaves, leaving Christina collapsed on the floor, with Coco standing by, taking pleasure in her misfortune.
See, she's also a family member of the FAC, and also lost everything in NF-103. But she didn't have your connections. When she sought help from so-called justice, she only received resounding slaps in the face. So, she came to me.
Oh.
And then, you took advantage of her. It started with the underground, and then you all deceive and exploit these wounded people under the guise of vengeance. You turn them into weapons that harm others when they have nothing left. Even if her original life was destroyed, people are resilient. She could have slowly recovered, slowly returned to normal. But you lured her into darkness, and she can never go back.
As soon as she finished speaking, Coco kicks Christina hard in the stomach. The injured detective crashed into a door pillar. Several sharp objects pierce Christina's body, and her consciousness immediately becomes chaotic. She only feels something pressing against her head, squeezing hard.
Stop yapping. Is what the hush gave you some kind of noble justice, and what I give is brainwashing with hatred? Who are you looking down on?
At this point, I think both Coco and Shalom is both manipulative or brainwashing kind of thing going on. But I still can understand what's her name? Thistle? Feeling. I mean, like, if knowing Paradisos, like how bad is Paradisos, I kinda understand with Thistle's side.
I know exactly what kind of person you are. You don't have the ability to take revenge on this world on your own, so you cling to the most hollow things as a lifeline. People like you are the easiest to deceive, the dumbest and the weakest. If it weren't for the need to give that idiot Thistle a dose of reality, I wouldn't even bother to look at you. The Garden won't believe your righteous talk. It won't believe any of you. Everything that demands submission in the name of love and nobility is a filthy lie. All sacrifices made for these extraneous things are proof of ignorance. Those who dare to harm us must be punished by our own hands. This is the only way to personally take back what they took from me.
So, what is this now? This series of cases. Who are you taking revenge on?
I've personally settled my deep hatred and grudge a long time ago. I'm free. And everything I do now is what I enjoy. As for what I'm going to do, pass the message to your owner. Let her play with me. That must be why she sent you here. After all, it's not like anyone really expects you to solve the case.
Several thin needles suddenly fly out, piercing Christina's body.
Relax. This is just a little body recovery agent, with a little bit of a stimulant to help with your state of mind, to help you escape from here. As long as you don't remember the way back, I won't take your life.
Yes, that was a very risky move, bringing Christina to your base.
Run. Don't die on the way. The show's not over yet. I'm waiting for you to help raise the curtain.
Oh. I'm gonna let Christina stay.
Flowers will bloom wherever I go.
Where's Shalom?
I don't have much to contribute on the
Let's
front
see.
line.
We can go there.
I'll count on you guys.
Zoya.
Time for a little exercise.
Langley.
Execution time. Getting my hands dirty could be
Zoya
fun.
alone in the front. Oh, this one is two side? Only one. Okay. So Christina just helped Zoya there. And one more will be Rahu. Where's Rahu? Oh, I want to play Rahu. Hey, this already full? Goddamn.
I can eradicate any threats, if that's what it takes to guarantee your safety.
Honestly, I don't need Irene. Let's put Zoya there.
Time for a little exercise.
There you go. Actually, it doesn't matter because my card is too OP. Oh, wait a minute. This one doesn't go two side. So let's move it back then. So, Christina, like, I don't know, I feel like you're only a pawn for Shalom pawn anyway. Like, it hasn't changed my... I'm still... Oh, god damn it. I'm still side with the garden, despite of I start to see like what bad things they've done. I still hate Paradisus more than the garden. To put it simply.
I am the
There you go. The animation is super cool though. God damn, Zoya.
My father was a hero. He said justice and light are eternal, and he fought for them. But many, many heroes died easily on a journey 10 years ago. Their deaths were meaningless.
In NF-103, the FAC's large-scale battle ended in total failure. The number of deaths is not disclosed, with no further explanation. According to leaked information, the destination was the Dis-Sea, with survival odds at 0.
The FAC was widely criticized. Its status plummeted to a point where the city council and Nirvana could manipulate it. My father also became a laughingstock. People called him a hero, but in their hearts, they called him a wronged soul. I asked, father and his mates all fought for justice and died defending the city-state. Why did it end like this? Doesn't everyone want justice? They respond with silence, mockery, or by turning their faces away in disgust. Eventually, someone speaks up, claiming that these wronged souls never saw the truth, that justice is a lie. And they said, in this era, one can be randomly stripped of their rights, and evil can go unpunished. Reality is filled with fog and conspiracy, with interests, hatred, and desire all towering above justice. Blindly believing in it is foolish, and those who die for it deserve to.
I mean, Is it wrong if I say like I agree with most of this part except for the last part? That's actually I also share the same sentiment, mate, with this real life. God damn.
I wanted to argue back, but I choked. Whenever I begin to doubt, bad things always happen. I started to develop a terrible intuition that everything was going downhill, and what's worse, most of the time, it was right.
I mean, I feel like her personality or her mindset is very naive, to be honest.
If justice exists, where is it now? Why doesn't it show itself? The world is falling apart, creating such a massive black hole. Why is it being ignored? Why isn't anyone filling it?
In NF-104, Nirvana withdrew from the West District. A major explosion occurred in Mine W-31, causing over 10,000 deaths. The organization claimed it was an accident, and after an investigation conducted by Paradiso's investigators, this explanation was accepted.
The black hole grows larger, and I can't escape it. I have to do something. I can't just watch as my world collapses with it. I have to do something.
The Garden won't believe your righteous talk. It won't believe any of you. Everything that demands submission in the name of love and nobility is a filthy lie. All sacrifices made for these extraneous things are proof of ignorance.
W-31 was not an accident. It was planned. I checked their asset transfers. They're all riddled with irregularities. My intuition tells me this is evil. The same evil that my father and the others faced. If no one will bring them to justice, then I will. I must go. When someone from Paradisos went to Nirvana, I lay in wait near Nirvana's headquarters. I got shot at. Many people came to hit me, to catch me, labeling me a sinner. I didn't care. I fought back and managed to stab one of them. But it was she who protected me amidst the hail of bullets.
Is that so? You came here to prove the justice in your heart. You must be reaching your limit to resort to such drastic measures. There's no need for this. It's not time yet. You have a long way to go. Listen to me. Justice exists without a doubt. I've seen it with my own eyes. In another pure, real world, where every facet of the human heart is laid bare, there, I saw justice. And it exists forever. Right now, someone is standing up for you. Once you grow up, it will be your turn to fight for them. In this way, what you believe in will surely...
Ah, she steps Shalom.
Christina. Did you have a nightmare?
Shalom?
Yes, it's me. I'm sorry. I'm late.
She doesn't say anything else, but reaches out to hold Christina's hand. Both of their hands are icy cold. Christina's vision gradually clears. The nightmares are gone. There is no more bloodshed, no more killing. The little detective, covered in wounds, stares blankly at Shalom, as if she hasn't yet woken from the nightmare, tears rolling uncontrollably down her cheeks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I stabbed you. I mistook you for a bad guy. I even wanted to kill you.
I'm just like them. The jerk who hurts others. I'm sorry.
I want to pat Christina. The girl's emotion pour out and Shalom just watches. After a while, she finally lifts her hand and pulls the girls into her arms.
Don't say that. You didn't hurt anyone. You're the one who got hurt.
Her forehead rests against Christina, constantly comforting her.
Justice is always there. It's already in your hands. You've grown. You've been doing very well.
You messed with the wrong...
What is this? Frontline report. Following a series of operations, the situation in the West District has stabilized. The activity of hostile organizations such as Rustfire and other underground forces have been thwarted. Contamination along the BR002 isolation belt is clearly under control and contamination spread has significantly slowed down. Major event notice. The remains of the first batch of victims of the West District riot have been interred in the cemetery. The FAC has scheduled a memorial service on August 8 for the public to pay their tribute. Major... Whoa, this is very long. Should I read this? I'm gonna too lazy to be honest. I'm gonna do this on my own time. Tap here to continue. Oh, is it the second one? Is it? Yeah, so that is the second part. I'm going to do the second part on separate video. Let's do this. I think we got more character. More cases. Oh, I can do something in here. Oh, we have this. What is this? And you are both victim. The culprit in this case is the suspect. Oh, we can choose. Wait, what was that? Nathan and Ananya are both victims. Is there a wrong answer or I just really lucky? Drawing case photo, I think we've seen that. Yeah, well, why there is still character in here? This all. How do I scroll down? Oh, is this one? There you go. Okay, so that's how you do it. Alright, Nathan case. What is this? The logic. Nathan has not left his side. Nathan is hiding among a gang in Syndicate. Nathan has been hidden at the wall of collapse on the edge of this one. Ah, there's nothing else? Or maybe did I miss something? Did I miss something? Is it possible to miss something? I'm curious, like, is it really possible to miss something? Because this one I can't click. What is this? Oh, you can use. Oh, I didn't know you can use this. All right, so I think if you need some support, then you can deploy this, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Anything else? Oh, this one is the part that I can read that later. Well, anyway, so that is for now. Well, there's a yellow thing in here.
The righteous MBCC.
So what I think about it? I feel like, again, I'm still siding with the garden in this case, but because the main story is more focused on Christina, you know, it's kind of like when I see Shalom from this perspective, it looks a little bit better. But if you look Shalom on what she did on Rahu, she just like really this bad person. So I kind of get it, like how Christina like very attached to Shalom, but at the end of the day, like I feel like this is the fight between two manipulative women, or should I say person, two manipulative person. The story probably kind of like one of those detective story where what we think as a villain trying to reveal the truth by being the bad guy. I think we've seen this kind of detective story, and it's really get me interest. By my moral value currently, I'm still decided with the garden. I just can't forget whatever Shalom did with Rahu. That's number one. Number two, it doesn't matter like how Shalom tried to protect Christina, but she's still kind of like responsible to what she did. Not exactly, is it? I mean, like she said herself, if she's in the position of the channel during Rahu time, she's gonna do the same thing. So indirectly, if she's on that position, she will also be the bad guy at the time. And also, this is like one of those fact that I actually realized that on the credit scene of Rainburst, apparently it was shown that Shalom is actually X from chapter 11, which means that Shalom was indirectly responsible for the death of the Rustfire member, except for Taran. Knowing that fact, right now I don't care like how Christina, I mean like currently the view of this event is trying to make Christina the protagonist and Coco is the main villain. But again, if we look at the bigger picture, the main villain is between this is the fight between two villains, right? Rahu and Shalom, probably not Shalom. Rahu and Christina probably like the most redeeming character in this event, right? But if I have to pick between Shalom and Coco, I'm still picking Coco, because again, even though she killed people, but I think killing people with purpose is I can't say it, but I would say compared to sending people to their death to Black Ring, I just can't agree with Paradisos. Because even though Coco like killing people, but she basically killed people that actually doing bad things. It's not justified. It's not justified to playing justice on your own. But I think compared to sending people to their death on NF103, that's even worse, right? So nothing changed on my view. I'm refused until now to side with Shalom, despite that I really love Christina. I like her character, and I can put my sentiment with her, but I'm still all the way garden side. So yeah, there's two more part from this, and maybe there's gonna be more truth will be revealed. We just have to see. With that said, then I'll see you on the next video then. Goodbye.